Maseches Nozid Daf Samach Beis. The Gemara asks, Ish Kiyafli, Be'erich and normally, and the Gemara says, it's coming to be Marba Muflu Samach Le'ish, and the Gemara says that's good according to Madama that holds Muflu Samach Le'ish is Midirais. However, according to Madama, Muflu Samach Le'ish is the Rabbanah Ma'ikal the Meimah. The Gemara says it's coming to Marba Muflu Samach Le'ish of Akum. And Tosis asks, how could it be that you hold Muflu Samach Le'ish by a yid only can make a neder midrabanan? How could it be that by a goy it's more chomer and he can make a neder midiraisa? And Taisa says that since the goy doesn't have bal yachal, it's not included in the meat. I know Sameach that says the answer to Taisa's kasha is that according to tremendous Yesod that's Mavur and many Achronim Ayin Minchas Chinuch and Chasam Sofer, the proof from the Chuvas Arosh that Shiurim are halachal Moshe Sinai, and it was said specifically to Yidden and not to Goyim. So therefore, that a cotton can't make a kinyan or you can't make a chalis neder is a shir that's nem aloch l'mishmi Sinai, and that's specifically said by Yidden, not by Goyim. Therefore, by a Goy, there's no shir gadlus b'chlal, and as long as he's a bardas, he has chiyuvim, and his neder is chal, so it's also hated that's not a kasha. How could it be more chomer a goy than a yid? Because the shiurim of godless is a halacha specifically that was said by yid. And also Meich says, according to this, it'll come out interesting. If a goy that's a cotton kills somebody if he's a bardas, so he's mechuyev misa, and afterwards he's neskaya, becomes potter from his chiyav misa because now he's a yid and he has a ptur by the fact that he's a cotton at the time that he killed the person. Einem in Chaschinuch and Chasam Sofer and Chuvas and many other achronim that ask, it's very hard to understand. According to this Yesod, how could it be that there's halacha mufluch samach leish by a goy if there's no sheer gadlus by a goy? So has a past to say that at the time that he is a mufluch samach leish, his chal, his erichin, or his neder. So the Chasam Sofer says the answer to this kasha is that we say there's no shurim by a goy is dinim that are negeya by a goy. However, by a neder and erchin which is learned out, ish is learned out, a goy from a yid, and that's chal is neder and chal is erchin is because he's learned out from a yid. So therefore, he's not better than a yid in the same way a yid. There are shurim in the godless who are done by a goy. And Chasam Sofer has a riches to discuss what's halacha if someone could be makne his behemoth Torah to a goy cotton to pater the behemoth from Bechorah, and he says the gabi kinyonim, you don't need a godol as long as he's a bardas, it's kinyan, it's chal, and specifically a neder or shvur. It's learned out from a yid he needs a shir gadlus, and he says the Rabbi Sikadan that it should be chal, even if he's a kotter mitzad asacheres makna. However, the Chasam Sofer says that's mvur in the K'tzei Choshen that asacheres makna, according to the Maggid Mishnah, works because zochen adam shloi befonov, and schia is mahani specifically by a yid and not by a goy. So therefore, it doesn't pass the asacheres makna when you makna to a goy. It's important to note that according to the tremendous Yesod that we mentioned in Shin Ksubas Daf Yud Aleph from Reb Chaim, that there's two independent halachas in Zochen Adam Shloi Befonov, and that it's Mahani. Das Acheres Makne Mitzad Zochen is not the allgemeine halacha of Zochen Adam Shloi Befonov, rather it's a new halacha that when there's two Oisi HaMaises, there's a Makne and the Koine, the Makne could stel zu das for the Koine, and it's an independent halacha in Zochen Adam Shloi Befonov. And without Reb Chaim answers Taisa's kash and Ksubas Daf Yud Aleph that's mahani schia by ger cotton, even though he's a goy, because it's a new halacha of schia. So that's not like the Chasam Sofer. It will help das acheres makne even by a goy because the zochin is halacha mesuyim, and it's not the allgemein halacha of shlichus in kol haTorah that you say ain't shlichus the akum. Moving further on, the Mishnah in Beis says halacha that an eved that was mekabel nazirus, his odin could force him to be over on his nazirus. Eine barrel is brought in the shum from Yeshua, and the stencils of the Beskirov declares a tremendous chakira. What's together in this halacha that the Odin could force his evet to mechal his naziris is the pshat that with his kviya it's mevatel the ikachalois nazirus. All the pshat is no be'etzem it's kayim the nazirus, but there's a new din that the kviya the Odin could be madcha and could override the chalois nazirus. So barrel. But a raya that's betzim kayam the chalis nazirus, and it's a new din that he could be madcha the isui nazirus from the fact that Yishalmi declares a shayla if there's a chi of malchus when he's over on his nazirus through the kviya of the odun, and is the chi of korban tuma when he's over and he's metam himself. So you see that's kayam. The Iker Chalis Naziris. Ein der Rishash that's mashma not like Gerberel. The Rishash asks, why is it that if the Eved is mechalel his Naziris through the kfiyah of the Odin or those days that he wasn't mekayim his Naziris properly, not oilef his yomim of Naziris after he was meshucher, bishloim of his tamei, so that's a stira to his yemei Naziris. However, if he drank wine, that's not a steer to Zimei Naziris. Why aren't those days of Naziris oil of his minion Naziris? The Rishash says the answer to this kasha is that since the Odin forced him to mechal his Naziris, it's chal of bittul on the actual chalois Naziris, and therefore the Yemei Naziris are not oil of the minion of the Naziris because he's not a Nazir b'chlal. Ein der Sefer Pischi Nazir in the Pesach Habir that's Meirich and this Chakira, and he brings many rayas that's mevatel the Ikachales Naziris from the fact that the Rishonim say that once the Odin is kaifim, it's never chal the Naziris again. So you see it's in this battle the Chalis Naziris entirely, and according to the other Rishonim that say that's in this battle the Chalis Naziris and Mafreya, you see it's a bittul in the Ikar Chalis Naziris, and he brings the Rishash, and he's moisif on the Rishash's raya from the fact that the Ravid says that even if the Eved is not over on his Naziris, but that alone that the Odin was kaifim to be over on his Naziris, the Kvi itself is mashva that the Naziris is not oiler lois hakoch. You see that the kvi is mevatel the ikachales Naziris, and the Pischenoza brings that the machlikas achoidim how to learn the maskon. The Yishalmi is the chi of korban. There's no chi of korban. However, he brings that the Ritfon and Dorim is mashma that the whole kvi is only the tzurich odin, and it's mashma that it's kayam achales Naziris, and yesh lahoyer oid according to Rishonim that's muvur that the Odin was kaifim to Mechal's Naziris, and afterwards the Odin wants him to be a Nazir. He continues to be a Nazir. So it's mashma that the Kvi is not mafkir Ikachales Naziros. Ayin Sham Oid B'Pischei Nazir Ba'arichas Gedayla. Moving further on, the Rambam says that Eved that was a Nazir and he was mashlim his main Naziris, and he was megaleach, and the Odin didn't know about it, and he was yotzel lecherus, his yotzi yidei nizroi. However, if he was not Megaleach before he went out the Cherus, so he was not Mekayim Yidei Nidroi. Ein V'Skirov and a barrel that explain what's the beer in the Rambam. Why is it if he didn't fulfill and to complete his Nazirus when he was under his rabbi that he can't continue and be mashlim his Nazirus after he was Meshucher? And the Biskrov explains the beer is because that the Eved has a Chalais Nazirus is not the Algemein Chalais Nazirus, rather it's a Chalais Nazirus Mechudeshes, from the fact that you find that the master could be koi for him to Mechal his Nazirus, which you don't find by other Nazirus. In Al-Koch you see it's a Nazirus Mechudeshes that you find by a Eved, and therefore if he starts the main Nazirus when he's a Eved, he can't complete that Nazirus after he's Meshucher because it's two different Chalais Naziris, and the Chalais Naziris that he has when he is a Eved is Naziris Mechudeshes, and they can't be Mitzurif to the Taglachas after he is Meshucher. And the barrel asks that's Shver Because since it's two different Chalis Naziris, in the Chalis Naziris when he's an Eved, and in Naziris when he's Ben Chorin, since he was Makabel Naziris when he's an Eved, he's only Nischayev in the Naziris of an Eved. So how could he be Yoitze that neder, an obligation of Naziris, with that he's a Nazir after he's Meshucher? So the Beryl said the answer is one of two Mahalchim, either the Ikka Kabbalah's neder was not specifically on Nazirus of Eved, rather it was on a general Kabbalah's Nazirus, and his obligation was either Nazirus of Eved or regular Kabbalah's Nazirus. So therefore, since he now is a Ben Chorin, he could Mekayim his Nazirus when he's a Ben Chorin. Or the pshat is that the be'emes, the Kabbalah's Nazirus was a Nazirus of Eved. But since now he's a Ben Chorin and can't be Mekayim his Nazirus of Eved, the Chiyuv of Niyag Naziris is now Meichel on Naziris of Ben Chorin at Shapel Oila, the Naziris of Ben Chorin for the original Kabbalah's Naziris for Ayin Shamoit.